One of the most commonly asked questions in career coaching is, should I stay or should I go? Should I stay at the company where I am right now or in the role where I am right now? Or should I move on to a new company because where I am no longer fits me and where I want to go? And before you make that decision, there's a couple of things I would like to ask you to reflect on because it might be helpful in your decision. So if your reason for leaving is that you feel very triggered by a manager, if you feel like your coworkers are not supportive, or if you feel generally like you're not seen or appreciated, I would like to invite you to really look at if that's a pattern in your life. Do you feel that way as well with other people in your life, or is it just in a work setting? If this is something that comes up more often for you, you're probably going to find it again in your new work setting unless you decide to look at it and really find the tools to move past that. Because you'll always have dominant managers, you'll always have people that might not match with you. The thing in a work setting is that we don't pick the people we work with, so they are going to bring up some of our own insecurities. So it can be really helpful to look at if that's the case, if your own insecurities are making you want to move on. In that case, it can be more helpful to stay put for a little bit and look at those insecurities first before you decide to go somewhere else with that sort of newfound confidence. Another thing I often hear is that a lot of people feel there's no longer any room for growth within the company. And that can absolutely be the case. You can absolutely be at a point where you feel there's just no longer any space to grow, to move into a better role, and then it might be time to move on. But I would like to ask you to reflect on if that's really the case, or if you're simply scared to take the roles that are available in the company. So say you could move into a manager role. That's not for everybody. So it's totally okay if that's not for you, if you don't feel like that's something you want. But if there's fear beneath that, if you feel like, hey, fear is actually holding you back from taking that role or for even applying from that role, it can be really helpful to reflect on that for a little bit before you move to a new company. In general, the workplace setting is a situation where we are going to run into our patterns. We're going to see our own insecurities reflected back to us. And that doesn't change by moving to a new company. We're still going to feel them, they're still going to be with us unless we decide to really look at them and really find the tools to manage them. So moving to a new company can definitely be a solution if your workplace is really unhealthy, if you feel like you've been stuck for a while, there's no room to grow and to become better, or you just simply feel like the work is no longer satisfying for you. Though all of those are very valid reasons to move to a new company. But it can sometimes be helpful to first see what's really going on beneath the surface. What are the real reasons for wanting to leave before you really make a decision like that? Because if you do it from really a grounded, confident place and you've really reflected on it, it can be a very great move for you. But if you do it from a place of insecurity or fear, you will run into the same problems in your new role.